Let's make this week the most beautiful and most powerful week of our lives. This is the last full week of the year, and we have a turning of the wheel for real. And I'm going to speak to your heart and soul because I'm on a roll. It's Mr. Mark David Meyer with the fire, here to share ideas and take the collective vibration higher. And my sole intention is to reconcile all paradox with love and truth. I love you. And this is the week's astrology for the week of December 19 to December 26. And that's Tuesday to Tuesday. We're going to end off the week after, the day after Christmas. So let me tell you the highlights of this week. Mercury retrograde is in full effect. And around Saturday, we're going to see Mercury make its way from the first degree of Capricorn back into the last degree of Sagittarius. So it's going to switch flavors, but the whole point of Mercury retrograde is slow the fuck down for real. So you can make sense of your life, so you don't miscommunicate, so you don't see mistakes or miscommunications, errors in our procedures or planning. Mercury retrograde is the best time to get organized, and that's inadvertently what this whole season is about. But at the same time, there's a more deep and symbolic meaning of this turning of the wheel, because if you're in the northern hemisphere like me, that's going to say that it's about to be wintertime, winter solstice. But if you're in the southern hemisphere of the planet, that's going to say that it's going to be the summer solstice, and you're going to be going through summertime. So when you are in the northern part, the season of Capricorn, this really reflects the descent into the underworld. This is the symbolic death of the sun. And this is where we all go through our hibernation or our shedding. And you may notice that this is kind of like that last push. Sag is a fire sign. It's really exuberant, really powerful. And it's that journey that we're all on, which never ends truly. But then we switch to that cardinal earth, which is feminine. And it's going to say that it's time for us to be conservative in using our energy, resourceful and pragmatically and strategically, and success may be a focus. Capricorn is about building. Capricorn is about structure. So for the next 30 days, come this Thursday, that's the winter solstice, the 21st, if my math is right. I'm pretty sure. Let me double check, because it is one of those Mercury retrograde things. I literally just pulled it up on my notes. The 21st, yes, Thursday. You can check the calendar as well. That is the solstice, which is awesome. So that I'll have our sun at 0 degrees of Capricorn. So if you're Capricorn, shout out to you. A lot of you guys I know personally are about to be celebrating your ass off. And it's good to celebrate you guys, because Capricorns are boss people, let me tell you. And they really make the world go round. They know how to get what they want. They're gifted planners, gifted executioners. That's not the word. Executives. I might have just did too much, but maybe both apply, quite honestly. They really know how to execute on their plans, is what I meant to say. That's what I mean. So we could all learn from a Capricorn about seeing what we want and then thinking about how to get it. We may talk more about this archetype, but I'm going to put it in simple, succinct terms. Capricorn is a feminine sign, so it will draw energy in. It's cardinal, so it will create or initiate, and it uses earth, which is resource or things that pertain to logic or stability or the material world. It's about manifesting. So Capricorns know how to get it, basically. It's one of the most ambitious signs of the zodiac. It talks about manifestation at its finest and authority that comes from within. It's our sovereignty and our power. And wherever Capricorn is concerned, you're going to want to look at the position of Saturn. So I will say that for this 30 days, keep in mind that Saturn is in Pisces right now. And that is a 2 to 3 year journey. But it will talk about more of a need to reflect and a need to introspect and a need to imagine, and for you to use your spirituality as a guideline for this next 30 days. Because Capricorn is all about the facts, and it's about building with our resources and being logical. But at the same time, Saturn is in this position which is requiring us to see the bigger picture and also realize how you independently are part of that big picture through your image making abilities, your belief capabilities, your creative abilities. That's what this is about. And on some level, that's going to talk about, do you even have faith in life for yourself? That might be the need before we do anything. Is it's about aligning our energy before we take a fuck ton of action. Because action is Damn, you gotta start looping. I almost broke my Mercury. This retrograde is real, y'all. Necessary. Damn near forgot what the fuck I was talking about. Action is necessary, but you are also going to need to make sure that you even see the possibilities. You know, don't be barking up the wrong tree. Limited thinking means you won't see the opportunities in front of you or your potential. And that's really important to think about. So can we expand our thinking? Is it possible we have more potential? Is it possible things could be easier than we want it to be? Is it possible that we could go within ourselves and find a way to change our direction and create more clarity? It's entirely possible. And if it's entirely possible, it's very much worth looking into, okay? Real shit. So I may pull some cards. I may just do that, yeah. Either way, I don't have to say anything, damn. Ooh. So the cool thing about the moon this week, I want to tell you guys, put you on game, is that, and this is the Capricorn Sun card, by the way. It's about being in your power. It's about taking action with your resources, man. So the thing about the moon today is the moon is in its first quarter and it's waxing. So 1 week from now, next Tuesday, the moon is going to be full. And I think the full moon in Cancer is really one of the most powerful full moons of the year. One of them, because it's the moon in its home sign of Cancer. And one thing about this axis, among a lot of things about the Cancer Capricorn energy, that polarity, is that this does talk about our ancestry and our heritage, our lineage, and our legacy. So once again, I'm saying that this week is a time to get some direction, but let this week specifically be a build up to the full moon. The waxing first quarter to the full moon talks about aligned action and really building your manifestations, getting things taken care of, handling your business. And then on Tuesday of next week, when we have this full moon, that's going to be about switching into release and things pertaining to Cancer Capricorn. And that means things close to you. This could be about truly just letting out feelings, letting out emotions, and having a release. So energy levels could fluctuate the same way they usually do on a full moon, but that's something to look out for, is that it may just be your own personal feelings. This could pertain to the things within your home. And we will do an extended reading on this like we did for the new moon on 12/12. I think that was pretty cool. So I intend to do another reading about this for the zodiac signs. Break it on down, because there's a lot I'm not seeing about it, even though I'm psychically tuning into it. It is a big deal. And I really think on one level, what I receive is that this full moon coming up is about building your legacy. It's very Capricorn energy. And that means, are you comfortable on the inside, Cancer energy, to maintain and withstand the desire's maintenance after its manifestation? For real. So ultimately, this full moon is going to be about releasing insecurities. And that may also bleed into releasing things that are, like I said, are within our home, our family, our personal life, because that's all what the Cancer moon energy deals with. And on another level, same energy, kind of on a more bold, broad way of describing this, y'all. This is karmic issues being released. So, you know, you may see this in romantic relationships, so to speak. Either way that goes, it's just going to say that it's important that you take some responsibility for your motherfucking life right now, y'all. No joke. And I've been seeing this come up in readings. It's been coming up in live readings as well. But it's just vitally important, you guys, that we understand our natal Saturn placement. Because while it's cool to know how the planets move all the time and how the moon will moon and how the transits hit, guys, ultimately, we are all on different time, you know, and that's what needs to be understood in this world for us to get any fucking where. Truly, we're all on different times. So you got to know your clock, and Saturn is going to tell you that. That's going to show you your divine rhythm. And really, it's that serious because Saturn shows you your true obligations. And if you don't know where the fuck you're going in life, you're going to spin your wheels and waste your fucking time, which is your most priceless resource. And priceless isn't even a thing that's subject to justification. It's absolutely worth every fucking thing. It can't be more priceless. It just is priceless. Because when it's gone, you can't buy it back. So I'm just trying to tell y'all, man, if you want to make sense of your life or gain any structure in the world, you have to know Saturn. And I mean this genuinely and wholly, guys, because Saturn is effectively the principle of karma in the way that it moves its energy around, or the principle of cause and effect. So it's really not what you're doing sometimes, but how you're doing it or why you're doing it. And for some people, you know, they may kind of feel like the universe is against them or not supporting them in certain ways. And it very well could not be. And it's either the lack of understanding that you have when it comes to how to manifest your dream, or it is the lack of understanding of your place in the universe, because Saturn rules the restrictions in this world and also how we're meant to build and things of that nature. So, you know, you're going to need to be able to see how you have personal restrictions within your life to build around and to build on top of, and how you can use your environment, your social and familial circumstances to build something really meaningful within your life, for real. Because Saturn, believe it or not, will show you the thread between this life and the ones before it. And that would stand to reason, what can you create next? There's a lot of ways to think about fate, but I think for practical purposes, this is something that you inherit on some level. And that means that the past and the precedent has a lot of effect on it. But at the same time, your choice does play a role in it. So while this thing seems to be spun for you, you get to spin it at the same time. You feel me? And I just hope that's clear and understood, because that just means you have to keep driving the boat, but pay attention to the road. Make sure you're looking in your mirrors and make sure that you are just being a good driver for real. And know where you're going. I can't stress that enough. I don't feel like I'm harping too much, but at the same time, it's like sometimes y'all don't actually hear what I'm saying. Or maybe I need to work on being a better communicator. I don't know. A lot of y'all do take this into heart, and I do appreciate it. But it was for the one in the back who's sleeping in the class. Like, come on, fam. But cause for celebration is what I'm seeing. We have a tarot card now. Hell yes. Heavens yes. And we don't really have too many other ingresses in this week, which is pretty cool. A lot of our planets are retrograde still. I know Jupiter is retrograde, and that's the ruler of Saturn right now. And when I think about this week from a psychic perspective overview, I feel like this week is really going to be about introspection on some level, even if it is about, you know, turning that wheel and celebrating the Yule blessings and having a good time, or pivoting in that direction. It's really going to be about getting our energy right, simply put. Getting our energy right. And I mean, to be more specific about the Capricorn energy, which is going to be really important, and this will be a theme for our next 30 days, you know, come Thursday when we turn this wheel, is it's going to be about discipline, my friends, for real. That's what Saturn is about. By understanding your obligations and holding true to them, taking care of your business, so to speak, that's going to give you freedom. And that freedom is going to put you in the position to not have pressure, to be able to feel secure, to feel stable, feel great in your life, no matter what you're going through. So ultimately, it's the energy of this world. It's a beautiful world. Trust me, guys. I know a lot's happening on the planet right now. It's not, some would argue about the beauty of the world, you know, and that's okay. It's ultimately not about what this world gives you. It's about what do you give the world, truly. That's the law of karma, like I said, or cause and effect, is that every action has a reaction. So if you want to receive a beautiful life, which a lot of you guys are very blessed to have received already, you got to give beauty to the life that you're living. You know, give something to life and you'll receive. A lot of y'all are celebrating already, which is a beautiful thing. So I'm wishing more blessings on all of you guys, because 2024 is a very cool year. And I see a lot of amazing things, quite honestly. Really, with Jupiter's transit through Taurus and Jupiter getting closer to Uranus, going into Gemini, this is going to be a very exciting year for people's manifestations to come in. No joke. One thing you need to know about this week, gang, when it comes to these inner planets, because like I said, Saturn sets our kind of stage, physically speaking, and we got to know what's working within the rest of the time clock. And what you got to know about is Venus and Mars. And both of these are making their way along their current signs. They won't switch until like next week's astrology report. So we have Venus going through Scorpio. And Venus in Scorpio is a very intense love. It's very passionate. And it's a need for deep intimacy. But that can also reflect going through certain trust issues, or, you know, being stuck to the past, or obsessed over, you know, certain people, so to speak. Or for some people, they have no interest in relationships or romance. This is like, hey, I'm focused on my purpose and passion, and that's what I want. And if I'm ever going to have a partnership, it's going to be a result of, or, you know, something that includes that. It's about having a power couple on some level, or a soulmate, or both. And, you know, having a relationship that's deep as can be, a cause for transformation, and that requires trust enough to surrender. And on some level, that means evolution within a partnership, which is an actual commitment to share truth. And that's not what a lot of people have within their relationships, quite honestly. And it just takes some self-reflection and honesty to see if you have that in your relationship or not. Because if you don't have a mutual commitment in a partnership to share truth, genuinely you won't build more intimacy or depth, you know. And on some level, that could say that a relationship might have space for lies or secrets or deception, or you might not even align on purpose. And that's actually really fucked up, because you start growing apart from somebody and then you don't even feel like you fucking know them and you're with them, and that's not cool. So Venus in Scorpio, it's the cause for a whole lot of things, man. A whole lot of breakups, a whole lot of new relationships. It's a whole lot of value adjustments, because it's coming from the soul. It's from really deep shit. And also, one thing you guys need to know about Venus in Scorpio, which you may know, but let me put you on game, is that Venus in Scorpio is going to be influenced by Mars, which is the depositor, the ruler of Scorpio. And Mars is in Sagittarius. It'll be there all week still. And this is about our passion. And that's why Mars in Scorpio is so intense, is it loves through passion and motivation and desire. So that passion right now in Sagittarius is all about expansion. It's all about trying to find new meaning, or to spiritualize, or on some level, this makes life kind of serious, because it puts this Jupiterian confidence in everybody's life right now. And for some people, that is going to look like a lot of confusion, or feeling like lost or disillusioned, not knowing where the fuck to point this energy. But if you have a direction for this, man, this is going to light your skies up. But I will say, because I can feel with my empathy, a lot of people may feel overwhelmed with this Sagittarius Mars energy. You know, that need for depth when it comes to life, not just people. And if you don't have a channel for this energy, man, I hate to say this, but it's like, it can be easy to be frustrated. So I don't have to say what I was thinking. It's easy to be frustrated. Do your best to be creative and proactive, and avoid self-destruction at all costs. For real. Avoid self-destruction at all costs, because Mars in Sagittarius really talks about intentional action. And I've been cognizant thinking about some bullshit all my life, man. But I had an epiphany, okay? Bro just be yapping for real. I had an epiphany, y'all. Is that if principles or guidelines to really help us with our choices and eliminate the wrong options, we need to know what our highest priority is. And this is real Ace of Wands type shit. But what I've received over thinking about this was that self-preservation is really like the goalpost of evolution. Self-preservation. So if this isn't a guideline for your choices, fam, you might be working backwards on the evolution wheel. So just make sure that no matter what choice you make, self-preservation is the thing you think about first. And that's going to say, if you flip that thought on its head, that's going to say that you have to avoid self-destruction at all costs. And if the guideline of self-preservation actually does you a lot of good, that's going to say that self-destruction is your number one enemy. For real. And I might have said that in another video because it sounds familiar. It's not the first time I've said it to people, but definitely something to look at when it comes to that Mars-Sag energy. Self-control and knowing why you do what you do. King of Wands needs a direction for the energy. Is what I'm seeing. And Jupiter in Taurus says, if you really take time to see the infinite resources you have within you guys, you will never lack anything. You already have everything you need. You lack nothing, and time is on your side. Just realize what you have within that's begging to be given to the world, and you're going to find a beautiful life. Taking your gifts and forming them outside of you, connecting with the world in a way that's meaningful, serving the greater good, everybody wins. It's really that simple, but here's the challenge. It takes time and imagination. Nobody's going to just do this for you, man. That's why you came to life. That's why you came to the world. I want to keep it simple and a little shorter this time, man, and not yap for about 22 hours. Let's keep it to 22 minutes. I hope you guys enjoyed that, because that's really the most empowering message I can give you today, guys. It's not about what you're doing. It's how you're doing it. It's not about working smart. It's about working hard. No, fuck, bro. Mercury's so fucking retrograde. I'm so sorry, y'all. I hope y'all listening to what I'm saying, because sometimes I do make mistakes, but it's not about working hard. It's about working smart. And if you know the adage, you probably didn't resonate with it as you were listening to me make it not make sense. So I hope you took it in and it made sense. I love and I appreciate you guys. Mercury retrograde. Slow the fuck down, man. Organize. That's the whole point, name of the game. Organize, organize, organize. And we're going to talk more about the full moon pretty soon. Break it down on a more specific and detailed level. And we'll even do some more readings. But I just take it that it's really all about Mercury. Clean up the mind. I'll see you guys in the next one. I love you. Hit that like button if you don't mind. It's your boy, Mr. Meyer with the fire. And he did his thing. Let me leave it at that. Blessed be.